Welcome to this video. Today I'm joined by a very special guest who is Alex, and we've been working together for the past 8 months now. And in that time, she's done an amazing transformation. And I think in your words in last week's checking form, you said you're the healthiest and fittest you've been in your life. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and how you've achieved that. But first of all, if you can, Alex, just introduce yourself to everyone listening or watching. Tell us where you're from and what you do for your work.
I'm Alex, actually Alexandra, but we just use the short version. I just turned 29 years old. I live in the Netherlands. Originally, I'm from Poland, and I work for the government as project coordinator.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. And whenever I start these interviews off, I normally want to go back to the very beginning. So would you be able to just tell us a bit about where you were before you joined the program and what you were struggling most with?
Um, I I never in my life, no one ever told me, hey, you're too heavy. Maybe, you should lose some weight. I was always on the thinner, skinnier side. But over the past years, I've noticed that slowly few kilos have been adding up to my weight, and that the clothes didn't start fitting as nicely as they did, and I also wasn't working out like at all.
Yeah.
Um, and at some point, I looked at a picture that someone took of me, and then I looked at myself in the mirror, and I thought, no, we have to stop this somewhere because if I don't take action now, this is only going to get worse and worse and worse. But I also didn't feel like I knew how to do it by myself. It
Mm.
was like years ago when I was still in university. I did try working out by myself, trying to find my own programs, and it hasn't been successful. So I thought, okay, I need someone to help me with this. And that's when I went. I found you on Instagram. I went on
Yeah.
Instagram. I found one of your reels, and I thought, okay, maybe this is gonna be the way to go. So
Mm.
I contacted you. We had our first call, and a lot of information that I got, but it all sounded really good and exactly what I was looking for. So I gave it some thought, and very soon we started the journey together.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll get on to a little bit more about what's gone on since then and all the amazing numbers you've achieved and how you've transformed yourself overall. But you mentioned at the beginning then that clothes weren't starting to fit particularly well. Was there any other major things that were impacting your life, or was it just stuff like that, like clothes not fitting as well as you wanted to?
It was mainly that clothes not fitting as well as they did, or the way I looked at pictures, the way I saw myself in the mirror. You go to the store, you try on new pants or something, and then you look at yourself like, "Mm, I don't know, this is not who I've always been," because everyone always told me, oh, you're too skinny, you're too thin. And suddenly I wasn't that anymore. It was still not overweight, but it was not neither of the two extremes. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was for me the sign to take action.
Yeah, yeah. And did you say it was seeing that photo? That you said someone took a photo of you, and when you saw it, you were just like, I want to get on top of this now. And that was your, I guess, not
That
a
was
happy moment, but driving factor behind wanting to make the
Yeah,
change.
it was a big trigger. I saw the picture and I also compared it to a picture from a few years ago, and I saw
Mm.
that I looked differently, and really wanted to go back to the few years ago version of me, or
Yeah,
better version.
yeah, yeah. And did you have doubt or uncertainty about joining the program beforehand? Obviously, with stuff online these days, people are skeptical, which is completely understandable. Did you have any of those thoughts before you joined up?
I didn't have any skeptical thoughts because I really
Mm.
looked well through your Instagram, through your website, and I read what other people were saying. So I really had faith in that. I didn't have so much faith in myself because
Mm.
it is a long journey that you start.
Yeah.
And I was afraid that I was going to start and at some point give up.
Mm. Yeah. Had you experienced that beforehand? Was there a reason why you were thinking like that could happen?
Yes, because there was no one holding you accountable for what
Mm,
you're doing. There was no one checking with you every week. Hey, have you met your goals? Have you hit your steps? Did you do your workouts? No one was controlling me, and no one
mm.
told me, okay, you have to eat this much and not more, and this is what we're aiming for. So I feel like that was the biggest part I was missing, like years ago, that I wasn't
Yeah.
seeing any progress. I was still putting
Mm.
in hard work, but the other part, the diet, the nutritional part was missing.
So then you signed up, and since then you've achieved an amazing transformation. Just to give people some numbers so they can understand. So you started off at around 67, and
Yeah.
now you're at around 60 kilograms. In pounds, that's 147 to 132. So you lost 7 kilograms, which is basically 15 pounds. And what I think's even more of a good achievement is the inches you lost. It's been 5 inches from your waist and 4 from your hips. And I think those inches reflect almost more weight loss. But because you've built quite a lot of muscle along the journey as well, it says you lost 7 kilograms, but really I think you've lost probably much more body fat than that. Do you think that's probably a fair analysis?
I think so. Also, I don't have the first number, the initial scan from the body analyzer at the gym,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
seen how I think it was like halfway through the program, I was I think at 23% body fat, and now it dropped to 19.
Yep.
Well, I'm still about at the same weight, so definitely there is even more fat loss and more muscle gain just than just the 7 kilos.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame we didn't get that initial reading with the body fat percentage
Oh.
because it'd be so good to compare. But the fact because you was 19%, wasn't it, on the last photo you sent through, I think. That's incredible. Like really, really good to achieve that. So when you hear that and hear those numbers and obviously, you're feeling the difference and seeing the difference, how do you feel about the transformation that you have achieved?
I am really happy that me from 8 months ago actually took the step and looked for help and found you to help me along in this journey. And I'm really happy I did it. I'm really grateful to myself I did it. Yes, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard. Yes, it takes time, but it helps so much that you're not alone in this whole process.
Definitely no. And we've had to push you at times, haven't we? Especially near the end of the fat loss phase to get that final bit off that we wanted to. But yeah, you done so well just to do everything you could in those situations to give it 100%. And that's led you obviously to where you are today. Is there any other benefits, forgetting the numbers and that side of things, which we know is amazing? Is there any other major benefits you feel like you've achieved or experienced through going through the program?
I think there is also, you learn so much throughout the program. It's not about just your weight dropping down. It's also about, okay, how much protein is in each food, how much carbs is in each food. Like, at some point, you realize if I eat more carbs before the workout will be better. If I drink my
Mm.
protein shake after, it will help rebuild the muscles. But also getting into the habit of going to the gym. I never liked going to the gym. I'll be totally honest with everyone. It really, you had to drag me there.
Yeah.
And also I was out as soon as I could. But now my whole mental process and thinking about the gym and working out totally changed. I go to CrossFit 1 time a week. I go to the gym 3 times a week, and I even started running, which is totally insane. So I thought the other day, if my gym teacher from high school saw me running outside in like 2 degrees Celsius, she would be like, "Who is this person?" So yes, I lost weight. Yes, I look better, but also I think about working out in totally different way.
No, I completely agree with that. I think the numbers are really good, but now you genuinely enjoy this lifestyle by what I've taken from our conversations over the last few months, which is
Definitely.
almost the most valuable thing now, because when you do enjoy the lifestyle that you've got, the chances of you maintaining this weight in the long term are 10x probably. So that's one of the main things. And I think also just you've gained so much more knowledge, haven't you, around the food side of things. And we were just discussing beforehand, you've just got back from a trip away and like you've come back and you're pretty much the exact same body weight as you were the before you left for that trip. So So that knowledge side of things has gone up a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I really wish everyone knew all these things because it helps you so much. But it's something you don't get it on a silver plate, just like, first call with you and here you go. This is everything you need to know. Good luck. It's something that you get
Mm,
over the period of time, and everything at some point just clicks. And
yeah, yeah.
then you get towards the end of the phase and you realize, okay, maybe I can do it on my own. Maybe Andrew doesn't have to hold my hand anymore, and I'm capable of doing this on my own. And
Yeah.
but that's where I am right now.
And are there any other major things you've learned throughout the program at all?
Besides the nutritional part, I learned how to create my own workouts.
Yes, yes.
I was always clueless when going to the gym because there is so much you can do. Get
Yeah.
all the workouts that you've planned for me throughout the months, I realized, okay, as long as I hit this and that body group in different exercises, maybe two different routines a week, three different routines a week, that helped.
Yeah, good, good. And then thinking of going forward, so you know you're comfortable with the workouts now. You've got obviously a really good knowledge of food as well. Are you confident that you're gonna keep the lost weight off? Because ultimately that is the most important thing. We don't just want to help you lose the weight and then 6 months or 12 months down the line it's kind of back on. Do you feel confident going forward now?
I do. If you asked me that question a month ago, I would probably say I'm not sure yet, but at this
Mm,
point I am, because also I've been experimenting a bit on my own. Like you said, yeah, like you mentioned, I went on a vacation and I didn't track the calories throughout the 3, 4 days that I was away. And you kind of get the sense of how big portions are and about how many calories are in the dishes that you eat. So even if you don't realize it, all that knowledge is in you, and you make smarter choices.
yes, yes, exactly, exactly. And I
So,
think, go
and I
on, go on.
think also with all that knowledge, if I look at myself from before, I would like finish my whole plate and the cookies and the cakes and everything because it's a waste of food, or it's so good I have to keep eating it. But now, when I'm full, I'm full. It's a totally different mindset that I have with food, and I think that also really helps to keep the weight off because you don't have to eat the whole cake. You can also just eat half, and also still enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And do you think the reverse diet that we've gone through, do you think that's going to help long term as well?
I think so. I actually, when we started about the talking about the reverse diet and going into the reverse diet, I've been reading a lot about it, and I really saw that there are two camps of people, the pro and the con.
Yeah,
But I think if we haven't done it, I would not still be at the 60 kilos. I think there would be much more weight that would have come back up.
yeah, yeah. Good. So just so people are aware, so at the end of the dieting phase, I think we had to push you to 1,300. You on that for the final week, I think.
Yeah.
And you were, I think, 62 kilograms at that point. And then since then, we've done the reverse diet phase. So we've built Alex's calories back up to over 2,100 at the moment. And amazingly, you've actually managed to lose a little bit of body fat throughout that time, haven't you? There's been a bit of body recomposition that's gone on, which doesn't always happen, but it can do at times. So you finished in 1,300. Now you're eating over 2,100 and you're comfortable to kind of carry on building them up on your own now. So that extra 800 calories per day that you're eating makes a fair amount of difference, doesn't it? To have the freedom of being able to eat what you want.
Yeah. Like, for example, yesterday I was at a work party and I was able to enjoy the snacks. I was able to enjoy a glass of wine. It all fit within the 2,100 calories that I'm at right now.
Yeah, yeah.
That have been the case at the end of the fat loss phase. That was tough.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that's so important because you want to be able to have that freedom where if you're at a work party, you can eat food. If you go on holiday, you can eat food without having to worry, oh, is this going to be making me regain the weight back on that I worked so hard to get off? So, yeah, you've done so well again throughout the reverse diet to be accurate with all those goals and just be patient as well, because that's the key thing with it.
Definitely. It was tough. Like every week when you gave me like maybe 30, 40 calories more, I was like,
Mm.
oh, that's not so much. But if you keep going over the weeks, it adds up. And nah, before I knew it, we were at 1700 and 80, 90, and then we hit the 2000. And that was like the magical number.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So, final question is, would you have any advice for anyone who is maybe in a similar position to you at the beginning, 8 months ago, but is maybe a little bit worried or unsure about taking that first step?
I would just say go for it. Don't think about it if you are at the position and you want to change how you feel, how you look, how you think about food and everything. Just plan the call. Andrew will guide you through the whole thing, and just take the step. Because once you take one step, you will keep taking all those baby steps, and they add up. Just like the calories in the fat loss phase, it adds up, and then 8 months later, it flew by and you're the best, fittest version of yourself. I actually enjoy working out, which I still find crazy.
Yeah, yeah. No, thank you, Alex. And yeah, thank you for jumping on the call today, sharing your journey. Well done on all your hard work and a brilliant transformation. And yeah, good luck with obviously everything in the future going forward from here.
Thank you.